I want to try to do as soon as I say that, I want to try to do this in as close to one take as possible, so editing is really low and I can get back to all of the other work I have to do around the shop, around the office, and preparing for a much needed vacation where I'm disappearing for the next week. Don't worry, this is not devastating news, but it is important, and it's going to be slightly a bit of a bummer to some. First up, let's start with the great news. The Character Tracker Kickstarter is completely fulfilled. All of the products have been sent out, barring one exception, and everything else is in a place where we're ready to move forward towards next new project. Trackers will become available in the Loot Table store by the end of this month. Like I said, I'm about to vanish for a vacation for a week and get offline for the first time in over a year, so give me a little bit of time. I know this one took a lot longer than what was originally intended, almost 2 full months over the complete timeline for us to hit the point where I can say, we're done. And there's a lot to talk about there. Mental and physical health played a huge role into it, and I could have done a much better job at communicating that. I didn't have any real process hiccups. Trackers were made just fine. The vaults were made fine when I was able to get time to go to the woodshop to actually make them. The problem I had was the dice. I've been working in dice making. It's how I really started in creating things for other TTRPGs, and it doesn't scale. It doesn't work for me, and I feel like I am not nearly as good of a dice maker as I am a woodworker, or nearly as good of a dice maker as so many other people in the community. When we started, something like this with a nice little powder coat, some inclusions, custom fonts, doing the work to make sure it was nice and smooth, or some of my earlier designs with gold leaf and 2-color inking, that was good. That was good enough. People have elevated this craft so highly to the point where I've just been skilled out of it because I don't do exclusively that. Now, this is not me saying that other people are to blame. No, this is me saying that I think other people are so much more amazing and deserve your money for a set of dice than I do. I think I can get by. I make fun things. My kids love playing with them. I might occasionally play around, make a set of dice here or there. But the amount of people who can make dice and do it really well is really large. The amount of people who make hardwood accessories and real quality products there is a much smaller pool. And it's one that I feel actually a little bit more at home in. The idea of being able to be out in the garage, making dust and creating things, not only dice vaults and boxes, but other accessories, some of which you are probably going to see in a Kickstarter that's coming this summer. But other things. I've made medal holders for both my wife and my daughter for their marathon medals and her gymnastics medals in that order. But that was really fun to do. I want to do other products like cutting boards, maybe DM screens, playing around with more of those. I have one that's hovering behind me. No, that's the Plinko board. That was from my subathon. That's an entirely separate conversation. But something like this, my storyteller DM screens, instead of being insanely tall where you can put all sorts of notes for those who work digitally or those who just prefer just enough to hide your rolls, something like this with nice hinges, all cleaned up, good woods, nicely sanded, smooth. This is what I'd really love to make. I've seen so many people try to make DM screens and make a one-size-fits-all solution, or a modular system, but it's like this tall, and this is all you see of the DM when you're playing. And I realized those last 2 lines were blocked from the microphone, and that was kind of the point. So, DM screens, making them to order? To some degree, saying pick 3 woods and I'll make you yours. I can laser engrave something huge across the front of this. This is going to be available in the shop in the next few weeks. You're only going to see 2 pictures of this kind of design, but I'm going to be able to make basically anything you want. So if you're about ready to return to in-person play and want to do it in style with something that is truly unique and truly a one-off product, this is what you're looking for. But in figuring out that dice doesn't scale for me, I'm able to dedicate my time and attention to the things that I think I do well and I can continue to innovate on. I'm going to make different kind of one-off products, things that I can make just on the Glowforge with some simpler materials just to see what works. The character crests that you saw on the character trackers that were part of the major last Kickstarter, they're all going to be coming in apparel form. There's few of you already purchased those t-shirts and they've been sent out, but they're going to be coming in apparel form with nice color combinations, nice 3-color colorways, and you're going to be able to see them. I'm also going to get them on bottle opener cards, which are going to be available in the shop very soon. So handmade / CNC produced hardwood products, laser engraved either in acrylic, wood, or thin sheets of different hardwoods. All of these are the kinds of things you're going to be seeing from me going forward. It's not as flashy, it's not as fancy as making handmade dice, but it is something that I know I can do and I know I can scale. I really want to knock it out of the park with this next Kickstarter, and offering dice on the last one was a major reason that the last one ran over and ran long. I was hoping for certain mold making Kickstarter products to be arrived that I could test those and eliminate one step from my workflow in getting towards dice making. They have been long delayed for many valid reasons, but my own molds don't cut it anymore, and I created one that had a 80% failure rate. My new slab molds just don't work as well as I need them to with me making them myself, and anything I've made previously is immensely higher in the amount of work it takes to finish. Again, it doesn't scale. Now, real quickly, the last thing before we talk about exciting things coming up. All of you who are in Australia, there's a handful of you. Unfortunately, right now, I legally cannot ship you a first-class package. I have your trackers, and I will be sending you an individualized email in the next couple days. I can't send you your stuff. Australia is not accepting first-class mail due to COVID restrictions. It's sitting right over there in the boxes, packing sheets included. I'm checking back every few days to see if this changes. If it doesn't change by the end of this month, I'm going to bite the bullet and ship it via UPS, which is hugely more expensive, but is the right thing to do by you. You also will be receiving a gift card in your boxes to make up for the long delay and wait. Everyone who backed the Character Tracker Kickstarter, make sure you're keeping an eye out for a future update, which will have a coupon code as an apology for me running over and running late, as well as some pricing adjustments that are happening to the store to make trackers available to as many people as possible. I'm going to be updating prices on the store. I'm going to be updating the things that I'm going to be offering. You're going to see dice phased out of the current loot tables offerings. They should already all be marked as not available for purchase. But my main focus going forward is high quality, handmade and machine driven, both acrylic accessories, hardwood accessories, the kinds of things that are uniquely yours, distinctly yours, and worth your time and money. I hesitate to say money. I always do. I don't know why, but it's true. That's what we're doing here. So that's where we're at. Everything's done. Everything's finished. I am very, very sorry that this took so long and that I suck at communication. Despite this and being a full-time content creator being my job, I'm really bad at updating social medias. I just produce the thing, either the videos or the streams or the Kickstarter and then the product of it. Communicating is something that I need a lot of work on to do better, or I need to find somebody who can do it better than me, that we can start working together for future Kickstarters so they are more transparent, more communicative, and more, again, worthy of your time and support. Thank you all so much as we finish our third Kickstarter on the books. Here's looking forward to a fourth and a more complete system for everything going forward. I'll talk to y'all very soon. Be good to each other.